So guys, for the first time in a long time, it feels like everybody has a question about Jalen Hurts. The A.J. Brown report came out, the OTA struggles started making headlines, missed throws, tight window accuracy issues, an interception in practice, and rising national media criticism have all come together into one growing narrative. And that narrative is simple, and it keeps getting louder every single week that passes in this offseason. And then add in Conor Orr's NFL journalist bold prediction, the concerns about his processing speed, and the talk about his rushing numbers dropping, and suddenly the confidence around Hurts that this fan base has carried for years feels very different than it did even just a few months ago. So that's why Jalen Hurts, the guy who won us a Super Bowl, has somehow become the biggest question mark surrounding this entire Eagles organization. And whether you agree with that or not, you cannot ignore what's been happening. What's up, Birds Gang? Welcome to the NFL Playbook Eagles. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So the first problem is the A.J. Brown report. Now look, this report hit differently than most offseason stories because this wasn't some random hot take from a national media guy. This was a detailed report about frustration that was building inside that locker room. The core of it was simple. A.J. Brown wanted Hurts to throw him the ball in tight windows against zone coverage. He wanted those difficult throws. And according to the report, Hurts was reluctant to make them consistently. Now look, I'm not here to overreact to one report, but we can't pretend it doesn't matter either. It basically put into words what a lot of Eagles fans were already quietly thinking. And once that doubt is out there, every single mistake from Hurts starts looking a lot bigger. And now let's talk about what actually happened at OTAs. And this is where things get interesting, because when you combine that A.J. Brown report with what beat writers are reporting live from practice, the picture gets a lot more complicated. Elliott Shore-Parks and other Eagles insiders reported that Hurts threw an interception to rookie linebacker Jeremiah Trotter Jr. on one of his very first throws of the session. He missed Dallas Goedert on a deep shot. He missed Hollywood Brown on a route that should have been a routine completion. And honestly, one bad practice doesn't end a career. Every quarterback has bad days, but the timing of these struggles, coming right after the A.J. Brown report, coming right as the national media was already sharpening their knives, made everything feel louder than it normally would have. And I haven't even gotten to the biggest part yet. Because on top of all of this, Conor Orr, senior NFL journalist, came out with one of the boldest predictions I have seen about this Eagles offense. And he predicted that Jalen Hurts will throw fewer touchdown passes than every single other quarterback in the NFC East in 2026. Fewer than Jaden Daniels, fewer than Jackson Dart, fewer than all of them. Now think about that for a second. This is a guy who just won a Super Bowl MVP, and a respected national NFL journalist is saying he is going to finish last in touchdown passes in his own division. That is a massive statement, and that concern becomes a lot more real when you actually look at what this new offense requires from him. This is not the same Eagles offense anymore. Sean Mannion came in this offseason and completely redesigned how this team is going to play football. I am talking about a Shanahan and McVay-style wide zone running scheme. I am talking about heavy pre-snap motion to reveal coverage before the snap. I am talking about under-center play-action passes that are designed to attack the middle of the field in ways this Eagles offense has almost never done before. And honestly, on paper, that sounds exciting. That sounds like exactly what this offense needed. But here's the problem. Everything that makes this new system work requires Jalen Hurts to do things that have never been his natural strengths. Processing the field quickly from under center, throwing into tight windows in the middle of the field, reading pre-snap motion and reacting to it in real time, making anticipation throws before receivers come out of their bricks. These are the exact things the A.J. report questioned. These are the exact things the OTA struggles put on display. And now Hurts is being asked to build an entirely new offensive identity around those very same skills. And that means Hurts cannot lean on what made him comfortable before. He has to prove he can thrive in a completely different environment. And that is a pressure that very few quarterbacks in this league have ever faced coming off a Super Bowl win. But here is what I keep coming back to. If the Eagles were truly worried about Jalen Hurts, their actions this offseason would look very different. Think about it. Sean Mannion came out publicly and said that Hurts has been outstanding throughout this entire process. His exact words were that Hurts can do anything they ask of him, that he is accurate, that he is a great athlete, and that he comes in every single day hungry for more, wanting more scheme details, wanting more timing work. That is not the description of a quarterback who is lost or falling behind. That is the description of a quarterback who is putting in the work every single day to master something new. And Hurts himself, when he spoke to the media, said something that honestly stuck with me. He said hope is not a game plan, and worry and fear are not a game plan either. He said his entire focus is on going out there, feeling confident, and having an answer for whatever a defense throws at him. That is not a quarterback who is crumbling under pressure. That is a quarterback who has been in this exact position before and knows exactly how to respond. And that brings me to the part of this conversation that I think people are genuinely missing right now. The Eagles did not panic this offseason. They built something real. The entire system that Sean Mannion is installing is designed to create easier reads for Hurts. The pre-snap motion, the play-action game, the wide zone scheme with Saquon Barkley, everything in this system is designed to make life easier for their quarterback. And look at the weapons they surrounded him with. DeVonta Smith is now the clear #1 receiver on this roster, and honestly, I think people are sleeping on how good Smith is about to be this season. And alongside him, Hollywood Brown and rookie Mekhi Lemon bring a completely different dimension to the passing game. And Saquon Barkley, coming off a season where the offense never fully utilized him the right way, is now being built into this system as the centerpiece of the entire run game and the check-down passing game at the same time. The Eagles did not tear this roster down. They redesigned it with purpose, with a plan, and with their quarterback at the center of everything. And look, all of that sounds great on paper, but here is the question that nobody in Eagles Nation can really escape right now. And that is, did the Eagles really build this new offense because they genuinely trust Jalen Hurts to thrive in it? Or did they build it because they know he needs this much help just to survive? And honestly, that debate is going to define this entire 2026 season. Every win, every loss, every big throw, and every missed window is going to feed directly into that conversation. And here's what I know. Jalen Hurts has been in this position before. Every single year of his career, somebody has shown up with a reason why he cannot do it. He came out of Alabama as a backup. He was questioned coming into the NFL. He was doubted after his first few seasons. He was written off after inconsistent playoff performances. And every single time he came back and proved something. 2 Super Bowl appearances, a Super Bowl MVP. That is the track record of this man. This season is different, though. There is no A.J. Brown, there is a brand new offense, there are massive expectations and even bigger questions. But if Jalen Hurts goes out there this season and commands this new offense and gets this team back to where it belongs, every single one of these narratives disappears overnight. Every criticism, every doubt, every bold prediction, gone. And honestly, I think that is exactly what he is building toward right now. That's where I'm at with it, Eagles Nation. What do you think? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't yet, hit that subscribe button right now so you never miss an episode. Fly, Eagles, fly!